Hello everyone, and I'm happy to welcome you in our channel. This lesson is about creating a kitchen furniture in AutoCAD. Okay, first of all, let's look at our project composition. First, that we can see, it's a 3D model, which gave us information how our kitchen look like, and that picture we can send to the client in the future. We can make a visualization from it, we can change view from parallel to perspective, and also we have a technical part of this drawing. It's about measurement and sizes of our details, which would help us to turn this project into reality. So, when I select our sections of furniture, you can see that it looks like it will look like in reality. And all these sections that you can see are tied to layouts that you can see here below. By the way, 3D model that you can see now exists in model space, and all drawings and sketches you can see in layouts below. Let's see one of layouts here. We can see our sections with all dimensions. Here we have a saw table with the thickness of our materials. Here we can understand that it's like 18 millimeters thick. Here we have also 17 millimeters thickness with the painting, so it will be 18 millimeters at the end. All this information we could export to Microsoft Excel, for example, to send it to production. Also, we have all dimensions here. Okay, and now I'm gonna show you how to do one section of our furniture. Okay, let's create a new file now with some wall inside it. Okay, first of all, let's look in our view cube. It's a cube when we can choose directions of our view, of our current view. Let's click front to see front side. Also, you should know the 0 coordinate system. Here it is. And you can change it, you can control it, you should control it. Let's click on our wall twice so we can see dimensions dependent to our coordinates. And now let's create a section of our kitchen. We have a standard height, 800 millimeters, and standard width with 600 millimeters. It's kind of standard settings for kitchen sections, for washing machines and other electronic devices that can be built in our kitchen. Okay, first of all, let's create a tabletop with a thickness of 40 millimeters. So let's move up to 860. Here we have our tabletop done, so let's move on and draw some section. Let's change its length to 600 and move up to 100 because of furniture legs. Here we will have a furniture legs here. And let's move it from the back by 50 millimeters for electronic and other communications. And we will have a facades in the front, so let's move it by 20 millimeters. Now I will add a kitchen leg from my library and move it to our section. Let's move it back a little. And using command 3D mirror, let's copy it to the other side. And back too. And now let's create a section using command shell. Let's make 18 millimeters thick. Okay, here we have our section almost done. You can see you can isolate it. Let's delete the back panel here. And we'll use command slice to separate our solids. Okay, here we have some shelf. We can move it in the middle of our section and make it on 10 millimeters shorter. And we need to have a gaps by lane, so we can make it by 1 millimeter shorter. Here we can see our gaps. And we will create some connecting detail on top. Let's make it on the back too. And now let's create a 4 millimeters thick back panel. We should create a facade detail. Let's use command box and draw some facade. Let's create some gaps. Let's make it shorter with using calculator. When you make your solid shorter with using height, you should notice that we have a base from the bottom. So you should move your detail in a half of dimension that you gave to have a similar gaps. Let's move it up by 2 millimeters. So we have a gaps 2 millimeters in the bottom and 3 on the top. And now let's create a built-in handle here. Here we have another box, and we should subtract one box from another using command subtract. But first of all, let's move our coordinate system here on this edge. And create here a cylinder. It's time to subtract. And here we have some handle. Let's get back our coordinate system to world coordinate system. Let's move to 2D wireframe visual style and make some dimensions. If you want to see your dimensions in left view, you should go to this left view and change your view to the top. Now let's make it. Let's unisolate our tabletop. And now you can see how ergonomic our handle is. Let's switch to a realistic mode and let's make two facades panels from one. We can see the middle here, so we can move up our edge to the middle. And then just copy our facade panel. Of course, we should make a gap here too. Let's group the solids, and now we can see that our simple furniture section is done. Upper sections we can create using the same methods. Now let's create some plinth here. Of course, we have here very simple kitchen because we have only one type of sections here, and with shelf inside. It should be drawer there, but I just want to show you a method to create it. And now let's create a drawing from this model space. Creating this drawing automatically from our model space. Let's create some sections from it and make some automatic dimensions. And now we can create a saw table automatically using special plugin in AutoCAD. Here you can see that the program counts quantity, dimensions, thickness and other properties of our solids. By the way, if you want to integrate here not built-in handle, you can move all your section deeper to the back to hide your handles by a tabletop. Let's modify our saw table to make it more useful to read. Here you can name your details. You can sort details by material, by name, and by other properties. Okay, I show you about a 10 or less percent of creating furniture in AutoCAD. This program has many possibilities to create it. And if you're really interested to become a professional in creating furniture or just working with the flat materials or creating complicated 3D solids in AutoCAD, use our course of our CAD Craft School that's called High-Level Digital Design of Furniture and Interiors. You can learn a lot about furniture, about generating files for CNC, for creating very complicated solids, with working with them, and became a professional in furniture segment. I recommend you to learn this course. Follow the link in description to learn more about our course and to become a professional furniture engineer. Thank you for your attention. See you!